Peruvian el contraataque. Lo ha visto muy bien ahora Mendoza.
El balón para Solano. Qué golazo ha marcado Solano. Qué golazo acaba de marcar Solano.
If you're English, under 35 years old, and a main focus of the Premier League, how many Peruvian players can you name? Claudio Pizarro, Andre Carrillo, maybe at a stretch Jefferson Farfan and Juan Manuel Vargas. However, the player that every Brit remembers is Nolberto Solano, known as Nobi Solano in England and Ñol in his home country. Solano was a very good fullback or winger depending on what you viewed him as. He played for a few teams in England such as Aston Villa, West Ham, Leicester City, Hartlepool and Hull. He is most remembered and loved in Newcastle upon Tyne though, where he played his best football well before the Mike Ashley reign. After he retired as a player, he became a manager. Today he's Ricardo Gareca's assistant and he manages some Peruvian youth teams. He used to work on his own, however, when it comes to club football. He hasn't had so much success so far, but there's one very interesting story during his reign at Universitario, arguably the biggest team in Peru. In 2012, he managed Los Merengues, and he made a very bizarre move in the middle of the year. In the mid-transfer window, he brought an English goalkeeper. English players generally don't leave their country, let alone go to South America, so this came as a shock to many. Not many Europeans have come to play in Peru. There have been a few, but none as infamous as Jordan Petrov. He is a story for another time, however. This player would join to be Universitario's backup goalkeeper, and his name was Mark Cook.
From the Blue Square Bet North to Peru's Primera Division. That's the journey facing Killingworth's Mark Cook. The former Newcastle and Hartlepool goalkeeper is leaving Harrogate Town to team up with his former teammate Nolberto Solano, the new manager at Peruvian giants Universitario.
The Englishman was born in North Shields and had left school in 2005 to join Newcastle's youths. Things didn't turn out so well for him if you look at his club history. However, what's truly amazing is he wasn't even a full-out professional when he joined Universitario. Some people who have never seen the Peruvian League could make the assumption that it is amateur, but this is far from the truth. The standard is debatable, but the players are all professional. Some clubs even have the capability to pay well. So how did Solano bring Mark Cook to Peru? In 2011, during a Hartlepool training session, Solano told him a joke about him playing in Peru. This is nothing more than harmless banter at the time though.
Just got a phone call off Nobby and his agent Gary. Obviously he just asked us if you want to fancy playing in Peru. Obviously yeah, I was delighted, I said yes straight away. I was speaking to Nobby a few months ago. He actually mentioned it a few months ago, but I thought he was just joking on about it.
When I was a young player, about 17, I played for Newcastle, the reserve team, and he was obviously at the first team. I met him there about 6 months ago in training. He came up to me one day and said, would you ever go and play in Peru? Why not?
A year later, while Mark was at Harrogate Town, he received a call from Nolberto to join Universitario. This wasn't a joke this time and he accepted. Why did he go, however? According to him, it was because of the weather and for a new challenge. When he arrived, he ended up liking the lifestyle, such as the food, but he did run into a couple problems. For starters, he couldn't speak Spanish, so there was a clear language barrier. This wasn't much of a problem with Solano's manager, who has spent years in England, but for his own commodities, this would be a struggle. He had trouble linking sentences in Spanish when he did attempt to speak.
How's your Spanish? Not very good. Like I said, that'll be the priority to learn Spanish as well. Because I'm a quite a loud goalkeeper, so I like to talk to me defence and things like that, so I have to learn Spanish to speak to them.
The club didn't always pay him on time. This is a norm with some clubs in Peru. But what frustrated him is that he didn't understand how everything worked in Lima. He didn't know that you had to go to the bank to pay the bills there. To make things worse, he got unwanted media attention constantly. He claimed that there were a lot of made-up stories about he didn't have water or power. Obviously this was false. He didn't get a lot of playing time, and what he did, he wasn't very good.
Confirmando el mejor jugador del campo, Leandro Rodríguez, hacía el 2-0. Salía de otro sofocón de que los primeros 15, cuando Ñol había replanteado, se queda Polo, medio indiferente, Galiquio también entre los dos.
He only spent 6 months in Peru and left once 2013 was around the corner. Despite the struggles, Mark Cook liked his time in Peru. His biggest problem with the country was the traffic, and to be honest, who could blame him? He also claims that Peruvian football is of a decent enough standard for his liking and to this day still follows his former team. As a downside, he is now considered as infamous as Jordan Petrov as a player in his country. But that's a story for another time. Thanks for watching.